He has been out there for some 35 laps. Let's talk GT. 1, 2, 3. It's Porsche, Mazda, Pontiac. The three marks we were talking about at the top of the show doors.
And it's Dirk Werner in the Porsche with the lead right now over the early leader, the 70 Mazda SpeedSource. Sylvain Tremblay driving right now. This is a good battle. And right behind them, of course, Lawson Aschenbach.
Update from race control. Both the 10 and the 23 were penalized, were forced to do a stop and go for that contact on pit road.
Now this is what's funny. The 10 car, of course, Max Angelelli got into the 23 car, and the 23 car got into the 7 car. So the 23 got penalized for hitting the 7, which was Matt Plum, and Max Angelelli got penalized for starting it. So that's what that was about.
Running order: Pruitt, Goossens, Dial, Wilkins, D'Amata, Barbosa is 6th, Zonta is 7th, Gurney is 8th, Darren Law is 9, and Ian James is in 10.
And could this be the comeback day for Porsche, or that car behind it, the Mazda? Good tussle going on. Dirk Werner leading Sylvain Tremblay.
Well, the year started Mazda's way. Ever since then, it has been Pontiac and Pontiac GXPRs all the way. Chris, what do you have?
Well, Dirk Werner really bouncing back this week, and this team just did not look like the same team that we saw last year, but everything going their way this weekend, a weekend that Dirk has been going back and forth from Northern California to Salt Lake City because he's also running in the ALMS race, but also a little bit of rumor out of this team this weekend. Greg Lowell saying, you know what, we are very seriously looking at a Daytona prototype program for next year. He initially wanted to try and get a car for the DP race only races this year, but he said that probably isn't going to be the case, but we very seriously want to run a prototype next year with Werner behind the wheel.
That would be fantastic to see the organization in the DP ranks. Meanwhile, they are firmly focused on this scrap. Sylvain Tremblay versus Dirk Werner. Porsche versus Mazda.
And it looks like the Porsche with Dirk Werner comes off the corner better. That car with its engine pulls better. The Mazda, on the other hand, Sylvain Tremblay, more top speed. He gets the top speed higher than the Porsches, but it takes him longer to get it there.
Very nice run from the Auto House Pontiac as well, doing a wonderful job.
Oh, here we go. Tremblay taking a look to the outside in turn 5. Won't get it there, but does he have the momentum to switch over? He switches over there side by side.
The climb up the hill. The RX-8 has the legs over the Porsche. Great work, Sylvain Tremblay.
That was set up beautifully.
It was one of our storylines beginning this broadcast. The Mazda bounce back. Can they do it? Well, so far so good, but your top 4 in GT are right here on screen.
And look right there, because now Paul Edwards is there, and he's drug along with him another one of the Pontiacs. Lawson Aschenbach and side by side through Rainy Corner. No way, they bump.
And this is a stunning GT battle. Lawson Aschenbach is in this mix as well. He's the 4th and final car right there. And here comes Lee Keen for Farnbacher Lowe's to help out his mate Dirk Werner.
Watch these Pontiacs. They should have an edge on the acceleration up this straightaway.
This can soon be a 5-car scrap at the front of the GT field. Porsche yet to break through in 2008.
Do what you think is best.
Aschenbach on Edwards takes over 3rd.
They've been knocking on the door. They've had some misfortune, some bad luck, some errors. But now it's all come into line for Tim Lewis Jr. and Lawson Aschenbach. Their best result this year has been 4th. They're all of a sudden in the top 3.
Werner's Porsche definitely gets to jump off the corner. Every time he gets to the throttle first, he gets a little edge, and then here comes the Mazda with top speed.
The climb up the hill.
This is where he made his attempt last time.
And Werner goes to the inside. He says, you can do it to me once, but not twice. Sylvain thinks about going around the outside. You can't do it through turn 6.
And what Sylvain Tremblay doesn't want is to lose his momentum, because right now comes Lawson Aschenbach, and right in the middle of that is the Ruby Tuesday car to break the battle up possibly.
Bill Auberlen gets by Lawson and has these 2 front-running GT cars to contend with next. Auberlen is running 14th overall and in the DP class. That stop and go really hurt their momentum. Let's take you back a lap ago, heading through turn 9, Rainy Curve, and show you this. You don't often see them go side by side.
Now, this is a guts move if I ever saw one. It's terrifyingly quick through here, and they bang right there. Could have sent them both in the trap. Both of them had their hearts in their throat there. I'll guarantee you that much.
What has happened to the Mazda? What's happened to Tremblay? Aschenbach's got by him.
Well, I talked about the Mazda losing momentum. If it loses momentum anywhere, those Pontiacs are going to pounce. Lawson has done it. And now you got Paul Edwards on your tail. That's a problem, too.
We first come to know Lawson Aschenbach through the Speed World Challenge GT racing. Well, now he is firmly fixed here in the Grand Am Rolex Series and up as high as they've ever been in second. Chris?
Lee, the Auto House group is really just been kind of taking their time getting used to this Pontiac, and then in Mexico City they had problems with that throttle spring which took them out, but they really think they're getting a grasp on trying to get a good car underneath Lawson, and he's been saying, you know, it took me a little while to get used to this car in comparison to running the Cadillac in the World the Speed World Challenge program. He said the Cadillac just had a ton of horsepower, but it was incredibly heavy, so it didn't corner that well, and it didn't stop that well in comparison to the Pontiac. So for me, it's taken a little bit of time getting used to this new Pontiac.
We've got a new race leader. Ryan Dial for Samax is at the front of this field. Scott Pruitt